We hear a great deal about hedge funds coming into the crypto space. And definitely since the COVID crisis has happened, as people looked at hard assets, much like gold and now Bitcoin as the alternative. But are they really coming to own the underlying Bitcoin, or are they just looking to trade futures? Because it seems like, at least from the CME information, a lot of people kind of flip the switch to trade futures. Are they coming for the underlying as well?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, you can observe sort of, futures volumes across regulated and unregulated exchanges. And as you mentioned, the CME, which is sort of the leading regulated, Bitcoin futures exchange at the moment. I mean, they're looking at, I think, 450 million roughly in open interest right now, anywhere from 350 to 450 million dollars in sort of daily volume. So I think you can definitely observe sort of the institutional interest in the futures market across those different venues. And then you also have backed in there as well that's catching up and doing good things, and open interest is growing there as well. But I think there is at least from what we're seeing through our desk, there's definitely an interest in owning the physical sort of asset, the underlying, Bitcoin in this case. And one thing that I tracked, on my side and sort of across our desk is we track like things like EFP trades on the CME. And one thing that's interesting about that number is you know you can see since mid-April of this year, almost about 6,000, the equivalent of around 6,000 Bitcoin has been EFP'd from futures into physical. And for those that aren't familiar, an EFP trade is exchange for physical. So folks that are actually participating and still continue to participate on the CME, for example, in the future space, but also letting those, rolling those contracts over into physical Bitcoin, and then storing, doing that, possibly through Galaxy, and storing that possibly at Backed, right? And so I can definitely tell you that we have seen increased interest in the physical, not just owning the futures.